GKS requirement changes. So do not plan your application process with last year's requirement. Make sure that you get this year's requirement, and then it's with this year's requirement that you are planning your application process. It's important that you go through it, read the instructions, and follow. Everyone, welcome to our YouTube channel. This is Happy Boys Global. On this channel, we'll talk about cultural diplomacy, we talk about wholesome living, we talk about lifestyle, and of course, career. Now, this video is literally designed for everyone out there who is looking out to level up their educational dreams. Like, I mean, you want to do your master's or PhD in another country with a scholarship that offers you everything: air tickets, stipends, tuition fee paid, everything covered, everything literally covered. This is for you. Now I'm talking about the GKS program. GKS simply stands for the Global Career Scholarship Program, which is designed for educational exchange, an opportunity for international students to study in Korea, and also for a means for Korea to keep its friendly relations with participating countries, and Nigeria is one of them. So good plus, right? Okay, now I'm going to be sharing with you some very important information you need to get yourself into the process of applying for the GKS. Some necessary information you need to help you know how to put together your documents, where to submit, all of those things, how to submit, and requirements in general. So let's get into it. First and foremost, there are two ways to apply for the scholarship. You can either apply using the university track, which is basically you going to the GKS website, which is Studying Korea, and then what you do is like you find the school you want and then check for the requirements and send to them like that way. Or you could use the embassy track. So this video is mostly for the embassy track. The embassy track simply means that you'll be sending your documentation to the embassy through to the embassy, but submitting at the Korean Cultural Center. That's generally what it means. Okay, so what does that look like? First and foremost, you want to start immediately. Like, as soon as you're watching this video, just start like asking yourself, what would that look like? It looks like, first and foremost, thinking of which schools you want to apply for, the courses you want to apply for, and all of those things. So for these information, you can go to the Korean Culture Center website, where you can find like information about like schools and the courses they're doing, where you want to study and stuff like that. But I'll tell you more about it later. Second thing is that you want to begin to like find out if there are documents you need to maybe get from your school, like your transcript. That means you begin to contact your school now to send your transcript across to the Korean Cultural Center. Now this takes time, so you want to start the process as soon as possible, like as early as possible. The next thing is authenticating of your documents. This is a very important step. You should not in any way assume, or I don't know, just do not. Now, authenticating your document is done in 3 places. The first is Ministry of Education. You first go to the Ministry of Education. That's the first step. The next step is that you go to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to authenticate. So authenticate Ministry of Education, then next to Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and then thirdly to the embassy, where you get the consular approval. These 3 steps are very important. And then you now submit at the Korean Cultural Center. Now, if you want to know the documents that you need, please make sure to always go to the Korean Cultural Center's website to know the requirements of the document that you need to authenticate. Now, a very important note to know the document to authenticate is, let's say for example, you want to do your PhD, right? You would want to authenticate documents in alignment with that, meaning that you are going to be authenticating your master's, not your BSc, that kind of thing. And if it is your master's, of course you're authenticating your BSc. So you have to make sure that you are focused on you're authenticating the documents that are necessary for your application. Now, if you are going to be sending your documents over to the center. Either you're coming by person or you're going to be using a delivery company. Perhaps you are not in Abuja or you cannot make it. Of course, the center is in Abuja and is only one center in Nigeria. You have to come within work hours. So the center opens 8:30 a.m. to officially 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. and then it has a 1 hour break, which is from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. Now this system works from Monday to Thursday. Then on Fridays it opens at 8 a.m. and of course closes at 1 p.m. So you want to really pay attention to these things. Now, using a delivery company, you want to make sure that they can deliver it to the center. Make sure that the address is correct. Make sure that they come within work hours to be able to submit to the appropriate office, and make sure that it was received. Another information you really want to pay attention to is in case if you have like a name change or something that does not have your names maybe in order, make sure that you have a clear document that identifies. So let's say marriage certificate or I've court affidavit, whatever you need to authenticate that there's a name change and then that is corrected or identified. That's very, very important. GKS requirement changes. So do not plan your application process with last year's requirement. Make sure that you get this year's requirement and then it's with this year's requirement that you are planning your application process. It's important that you go through it, read the instructions and follow. Now when it comes to university, an information that you need to know is that you're going to have like categories like type A schools, type B schools category. Now you're expected to choose from each of the categories, not just from one category. Now when you've chosen, make sure that you also go to the schools that you chose and see their requirements so that you are sure that there is no document or anything that you are not adding to your application, so that you have like a clear knowledge on what they require for the course you'd like to study. Now these are some helpful tips and I hope that you did get some knowledge, some tips, some clarity, some direction on what to do. Note that you can always go to the KCCN website to get more information. So this is a referral, and please stick around, subscribe to my channel as I'll be doing more series on GKS on YouTube and on Instagram. My Instagram handle is Happy Boys Global. I wish you best of luck and bye.